Hey crypto bros, hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are and you're enjoying the current state of the market. Today we're going to be talking about the CPI data. We're going to be covering some of the strategies we've been taking over in terms of being very successful on the right side of the market. We're going to be talking about Zen. Is the bottom really in? And our strategy has been playing phenomenally well if you actually have followed it to the teeth, guys. And you could be making substantial amount of money just subscribing to this channel and follow me on Twitter, because I do post all these trades on there, guys, letting you know, because this information is time sensitive. So you do want to follow me on Twitter and get ahead of the game, guys. Also, one thing I do want to note, again, BAB is continuing to basically work hard overall within their application. They are pretty close in terms of launching re-DeFi, so regulated decentralized finance. So they're going to be going on their own chain. This is the first of its kind, guys, and I've went in and actually tested this and it's working very well. Yeah, again, so a lot of cool things are happening within the BAB ecosystem. Again, they have the Money GBP account that you can actually go ahead and open up. You have Currency X, you have crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the blue chips plus BAB on there that you can go and purchase if you want. They do actually have top-ups as well too, which allows you to onboard onto crypto. And we've known that for the past year or so, a lot of these onboarding and offboarding banks have been basically diminished in terms of allowing users to get into crypto. But with the BAB application, you can do that in a seamless way and efficient way as well too. The cool thing about this as well too is that you have zero fees, guys. So zero fees if you are basically sending to another BAB user. Anyways, guys, so that's basically what's happening with BAB. Let's go ahead and just quickly cover again some of the strategies we've been actually talking that have been very successful, guys. I give you these trades so that you can actually increase your capital in this market, guys. Who's gonna do that for free? Nobody. I provide you with all that information here at Crypto Bros. So we can see here on the strategy 21, guys, we've talked about this strategy quite some time. Applied it again to the 6 hourly, and what you need to see is basically you want to see the range delta closing above the yellow line with a very low BBWP reading of 17 and below. So you can get this indicator off of TradingView, guys. If you take a look at this particular range delta, so we did actually, again, on the 6 hourly, we did get the closure, as you can see right here, followed by low BBWP reading. That gave us an entry condition. Now just keep in mind, this is a neutral directional trade, so meaning that you're gonna have to have some technical analysis thesis to go along with this particular strategy, meaning you're gonna have to look for any trend changes so that you can actually take this particular trade to the short or long side of things. So with that being said, we were talking about how we were seeing hidden divergence again playing out in terms of the stochastic. We can see we're putting in again lower lows, guys, right here, just roughly around again August 4th to 5th, and you're basically putting in higher highs on price action. Once those conditions were actually met, it actually brought in about 4.2% to the upside, and we got rejected at the current stance of just roughly around $30,000 area, which is a very key psychological level. So we can see here the sellers came in and just basically rejecting this particular area. Now we are currently trading on the 6 hourly above the 55 and 21 EMA. We did actually get the cross, which is good, gives us a little bit more momentum again to hover around these particular regions. As long as we can stay above 29,300, I don't see us why we can't really go above again the midline of this particular ranging area that we broke below in this such a boring span of time. Again, Bitcoin really just going up $100-$200 and is acting more than anything like a stable coin, guys. But again, this trade I provided for you, I did make a tweet about it, letting you know, as you can see here, guys. So that's why you want to basically follow me on Twitter or x.com, whatever you want to basically call it from now on. So let's go ahead and actually get to our specific Zen trade that we were actually talking about overall, and that is again reaching the downside target of the average of this particular strategy, right, which is around 28%. So what are the conditions that actually have to be met in terms of the 12 hourly? Well, you're going to basically use the range delta indicator as well too. So you want to basically see a closure above the yellow line followed by low BBWP reading. That gives you an opportunity to go ahead and actually short Zen. So out of the prior four or five iterations that we've seen here, the average mean is about 28%, and we can see here that actually came to fruition right here, guys. So we came down about 28.35%, which is on the average move, before you actually start to see a bounce. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're actually seeing a bounce. Now, we were talking about the bounce coming up to the 55 EMA, which it would be the rejection point on the 12 hourly. Now, what I would like to see is that, again, we gain this particular 55 EMA, close a 12 hourly candle above that. That will actually give us the notion that we're going to start actually consolidating in this particular area right here, guys. Now, whether or not we do break above it, and whether or not this is actually the bottom for Zen for long term, again, for DCAing in for the long term, is yet to be determined, because this can actually act again as a lower high right here, guys, right? This, again, we're putting in lower highs after lower highs. So what I would like to specifically see on the 12 hourly time frame is that we get above this particular region right here. So we go up to here, retest this area, close a 12 hourly candle above this. That, guys, will be actually putting in a higher high. Once we start to put these higher highs and higher lows, we can actually confirm an uptrend, and then we can say for sure whether or not this was an opportunity for you to dollar cost average for the long term. However, if we continue to actually get rejected at the 55 EMA, which we've seen for quite some time right here, guys, we can see here rejection after rejection on the 55 EMA every time we come retesting that area, then again, this is going to continue to act as a lower high, and more likely we're going to continue to trend downwards, meaning that we're going to put in new all-time lows for Zen, because this is the last chance for the Zenians, guys, before we start to actually go a lot lower from here on out. But again, what I'm confident about this is that, look, if we can get above this particular region of 10.38, put in that higher high and higher lows, then I think we can start to build a case for that. So again, let's see what happens in terms of this. We were right on in terms of this particular short trade that we were talking about. I did make a tweet about it, guys. I provide you with the receipts, guys. Provide you with the receipts. I told you about this on July the 31st, when to actually take that short position trade, and then I provide you with the receipt. Right or wrong, guys, you can actually hold me accountable to my trades. You can see everything in terms of what I'm actually particularly doing during these trades. And yeah, I show you when to take them, guys. So that's basically what's happening with Zen. Let's just quickly jump on to the DXY and the inflation numbers that actually came out. Again, CPI data came in, so a little bit higher than actual expectation. So the actual number came in at 3.2%. What was actually forecast, sorry, actually it came in a lot lower. What was actually forecasted was 3.3%. Now this is an increase from the previous CPI data, which was sitting around 3%. So we did tick up to 0.2 to the upside. Again, how much this is actually going to affect overall the DXY, we're going to continue to actually watch this as we go along. Now we're talking about, again, if the CPI data come in positive, then what I'm thinking is that the Fed and Jerome Powell are going to come out and say, okay, we've had 2 consecutive months, right, where we were lower than actual expectation, meaning that the rates are actually working. And the more probabilistic case is that we're not going to see another rate hike for the end of the year. Now, again, this is the words that were coming out of Jerome Powell in terms of, again, he's not closing the door in terms of the rate hikes. He's going to reassess this particular inflation number and see where we're going to be heading in terms of September. So again, what I'm expecting is that the DXY, respecting this particular downtrending movement, coming around the 101 area, maybe bouncing off until we get that Fed again the Fed meeting, right? And then we get actual clarity of what's going to be happening. Now, if the DXY were to come down to the 101 area, guys, this presents an opportunity for Bitcoin to really regain that 30,000 key psychological level that, again, we've been basically brushing off of, right? We can see these particular wicks getting rejected. If Bitcoin can really not get above, again, the 30,000 key psychological level, then that is actually showing a lot of weakness in terms of the market, because it seems like the market itself cannot drive new investors in. They cannot drive in new capital to come and invest. It seems that the same old capital is just being washed in and washed out. However, there is no influx of investors coming in to this particular asset. So again, what I'm particularly expecting, if the XY comes down to the 101 area, it presents a very good opportunity for Bitcoin to start actually moving on and upwards from here. If the DXY again continues to go up, bases off of this news, then we know that the notion again is that, hey, risk on assets not going to do so well. So this is how it's actually playing out from here on out. So again, yeah, this is what we've been basically saying. Again, we see a downtrend that's been playing very nicely overall. We can see here, seeing this downtrend again starting to creep back up, maybe retesting this particular area and then swinging down. However, we're going to continue to actually watch this, but my target area is maybe retesting that 101 range area that held for the DXY for quite some time. We can see here and here as well too. So this video is coming up on 11 minutes. Can we cover some more information? I think we can. Let's go ahead and actually talk about Hex, or actually let's jump on to Pulsechain, because again that's actually playing out very nicely to what we've been talking about. Again, still that downtrending pressure coming into Pulsechain. We can see respecting the 21 EMA, getting rejected every time. We were looking for closure above 667 area. We did not get that closure to break away from this downtrending pressure that's been coming in from the bears. Again, guys, I've been saying this for quite some time. This is going to take some time. You don't want to be basically calling in bottoms knowing maybe that you can actually get in a lot lower. But with that being said, this is going to continue to occur as long as we're below the 660 area. If we can break above it, more likely contention is that we're going to retest this particular area. And if we can get above, again, the 887 area, this spells very good overall for Pulsechain. It's showing the buyers are committed long term in terms of Pulsechain and going forward from here. Anyways, guys, so far everything playing up to par. Let's see just what the MACD indicates here. So as long as we're below 29,600, the downside pressure continues for Bitcoin. Again, we get the crossings here that will also put downside pressure as well too. 8 hourly, as long as we're below 29,500, we're going to continue to see downside pressure. The 12 hourly is actually showing a little bit positive, so as long as we're below 29,400, we should be okay. On the daily, again, that daily stance puts a lot of pressure in terms of the charts. As long as we're below 29,288, which is very close to our call, the 29,300, we will continue to start moving up and upwards from there. Again, I'll leave you off with this, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, bros, as always, stay profitable.